well, like you can apply it for to enter the club and also like different clubs, which are, I guess, similar in their goal. Um, and then you have to do like an online assessment and some interviews, which are quite tough, to be honest. So if you, yeah, like when I tried in the first semester, I didn't know anything, and I got rejected in like the phone interview. And but I really wanted to join because I also like had a lot of friends there already, and and knew that like the people there, I don't know, get good jobs and are pretty smart, and that they write good articles. So like I would say like I prepared really hard, like during the winter of my first year. I guess for market, it's more about like, I mean, they ask you some brain teasers. I guess you can look at the green book. Um, and then it really depends. I guess you have to know the basics for everything, like about fixed income, like um, what's duration, how do you compute the weights for like a steepener, yield curve steepener, I guess. And also depends on who interviews you. And I think it also depends on what you express during the interview, like what interests you. If you say you're like interested in I don't know, rates, they're gonna ask you a lot of stuff about rates. If you say you like quantity stuff, they're gonna ask you, I don't know, can you prove ridge regression or something like this? But yeah, but I think in general, it's just like having a solid floor, like being actually interested in the stuff, and then brain teasers and yeah. I mean, it's not that you have to do everything perfectly in the interview, but I guess still like a high standard, relatively high standard. Hmm. But it's like a simulated market or what is it? Okay, nice. Hmm. Nice, nice. But to be honest, also like with regards to like the summer internships, like I think like the interview for like the club, they take it very seriously. So like it's it's probably more difficult than any like bank interview you will ever have or like any hedge fund interview even, I guess. But I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't say tougher, but like technically, because I mean, for the banks, it's more random. You could have a good interview and you still won't get in. But I guess like they don't ask you many technicals, but they ask a lot about this behavioral stuff, which can also kind of fuck up. So I wouldn't say it's easier. But it's definitely like it's not easier to get like an internship, I guess, at a large bank. No, I think in London, in London, it's not that important compared to New York, I guess, where you have to do like 100 coffee chats. But I think in London, it doesn't really matter. I think obviously if you have a referral, it's good, but you don't need to have one in order to get an interview. Yeah. But I knew some people. Hmm? Yeah, I think like one tip I could give you is like take these online assessments and high views like very serious because like if you don't get like top 10% in them, like the online assessments, no matter what your CV looks like, you're not getting an interview, you know? So you should like prepare them and ace them and do them as soon as possible when applications open. And also the higher views, you should try to get the questions beforehand and know what you will talk about. And then I guess for the real interviews, again, it's like market basics, I guess. Like you should know what an option is, maybe like what so know about some of the Greeks, know about simple fixed income stuff. But like nothing too complicated for banks, I guess. Obviously, you could always get unlucky and like you get a guy that just fucks you and like destroys you in an interview. But I mean, happens. But you should prepare like the behaviorals because I feel like for me, behaviors was something like in the beginning, like I was struggling with because you always have to like talk about like different scenarios. And if you don't have any scenario that fits the question, I think it gets kind of you're like in kind of like a tough spot. So yeah. But why do you want to apply to London and not Shanghai at Hong Kong? Okay. No, but you're in Hong Kong, isn't it in the Hong Kong office? Yeah. Yeah, but I think you can only apply to one. So you should think about it, I guess. I don't know. I'm not too sure, but you should check before you apply to something. Yeah. Well, I guess for me it was a bit random, but like before, when I came during the first year, like last year, I didn't know anything about IB nor like trading, but I did an internship in equity research before university, and it was like the most boring internship I ever did. Like I just I don't know, it didn't interest me to look at like companies, and also like I don't know, I felt like IB. To be honest, I don't know too much about it, but from what I heard, it was like you work long hours, and the work didn't sound that interesting to me. So I didn't really dig deep into it, and then I think it came kind of through my preparation for like the Bocconi Investment Club thing, where I actually enjoyed like reading up about fixed income and macro. And yeah, I went from there and then did an internship in rates trading last summer, which I really enjoyed. So I guess that's how it started for me. And it's also easier if you like find something you find interesting, it's easier to study for, and to work harder for. What about you? Do you know whether you want to do markets or is it? Hmm. Yeah, but I think like you should really think about what you want to do in your life and like whether you actually want to, whether you actually like enjoy working more in markets or IB, and then like put everything on one card because like I guess it's like I mean it is extremely competitive, and I think you can like maximize your outcome when you like just follow what you like the most and then go all in, you know? Maybe, yeah. To be honest, I don't really know. I just wrote about my experience. I guess you should like quantify what you did and um don't just like make some super general bullet points that like everyone could write there and then don't really say anything about what you did, but be specific. And but to be honest, like I don't know, I just put my experience there, like what I did and um what I thought would look good. But I didn't yeah, I don't know, I didn't put too much effort into it, to be honest. Yeah, somewhat. I feel like I mean the UK unis are obviously more target, but well, I think often interviews are like kind of more like a vibe check, whether they like you, whether they like your experience, what you did. Like you should know your CV really well. And in terms of behaviors, I think you should just look up behavioral questions for sales and trading or like banking in general. And then I think you should pick out a few scenarios from your life. I mean, you can even make them up if you don't find anything, but that you can apply to like a lot of different questions by framing them in a different way. Because if you have to come up with something on the spot, you're gonna give a shitty answer. And another tip I can give you, you shouldn't like specifically prepare for GS. You should just apply to like every bank. And I mean, it's kind of random what interview you will get or whether you will get an interview. So I think it doesn't really make sense to prepare anything specifically for GS before or for any bank before you have an actual interview. Yeah, I guess technicals, behaviorals, and you should have like a macro view. Like yeah, you should have a view on what's going on in the world. Yeah, I had a high GPA during my first year, dropped a bit now, but it also wasn't extremely high, like 29, which is good. But I don't think it matters that much. Like if it's above, I guess, a certain threshold, it doesn't matter. But to be honest, it's very random whether you get the AC or not, like whether you get the actual super day. Like I have very good friends of mine who are like have a very good CV and who applied to everything but didn't get a single interview. So like the job market can be very rough to you. So that's also why I told you you shouldn't like prepare for any specific bank because I guess it's a waste of time. Yeah. Well, I guess probably some TikTok edit. I don't know, but I really don't know. Why don't you go into crypto trading? Yeah. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah, this summer I will do summer analyst thing. Yeah, but to be honest, I was just relieved because I mean like applications like it's like the worst time you will have probably very up and down and I mean yeah it's tough and when I got the offer I was just relieved to be honest like because I kind of like sacrificed my grades for it a bit and then yeah yeah can you choose your courses at Bocconi or do you have to. I think like if you're on exchange I would just go with some like rather easy classes. It depends on what you want to do, but like Coney is like can be quite tough. So it's a lot of workload if you take hard classes. And I don't know if you are your grades pass or fail or are they in exchange? Because if they're not, like I would. I mean on the exchange, not for your studies in general. They're okay because then it can be tough, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's great. Like I learned a lot, and there are also some great guys who mentor you and who you can ask for when you have interviews, or yeah, alumni who basically work at every firm where you would potentially want to work at. So it's great. Yeah, I had a mentor, yeah. But also like in general, the people in the club, like it wasn't him specifically. Depends on which firm, I guess. But I don't know. I don't think it matters too much for when you for if you just want to recruit, to be honest. Like, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I applied to everything. Yeah, but like I also interviewed with like other banks, but then got accepted to GS and then dropped out of the process. And also got rejected by a lot of them. So yeah, so you never know. To be honest, I don't really know. Like I guess there's so much diversity in the people that work in markets. I think you can't really say like the ideal type of guy. And like if I would say something, like it would probably just be some bullshit. So yeah. I don't think you have to be like a pathological liar or anything. You just have to be able to express your views. That's it. Yeah. But bro, I also have to um keep studying soon. But it was nice talking to you, man. No worries, no worries. Text me if you need anything. And depends, like if you're interested in what they do, yes, maybe, but I don't think it will help you to get into the club, you know? Not really. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. But like it's not a yeah, I guess. I don't know the exact date, but somewhere around that time. Yeah. No worries, no worries. Nice meeting you. And good luck with the rest of your process. Yeah, I guess. Maybe you will probably see me on campus. Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Have a great week, bro. Okay, no, I'm just starting. Nice, nice. Thanks. Have a good one. Bye.